Hello, and welcome. NaNoWriMo is over. So we're back to our lazy Sunday afternoon hangouts with maybe some sprints, and you can use those sprints to bake cookies or play Minecraft with your niece, assuming you can get the server updated, or writing or editing, or, buying maternity clothes for your cousin and your sister and
Cool.
your friend. I have so many people who are spawning. So, hello and welcome. I'm Morgan Hazelwood. I am an unpublished fantasy writer. I blog writing and vlog and podcast writing tips and writerly musings. And I have Cass Boyd with me today. Hello. Yay.
Howdy, Howlers. I'm Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Voight. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. So if you are looking to market yourself as an author, or you're looking to be a witchier witch, please drop by my channel. I would love to see you.
Yay. So, I know you've been part of the AuthorTube virtual retreat this weekend. How is that going?
I just did some sprints, but it was super, super great.
Awesome.
We had old people come in, we had new people come in, we were really productive. I got to try my new timer, and it was well received. It was just all around a really good set of sprints.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not been productive at okay.
Your milk's in the fridge.
Thank you.
Stocked myself up with a great multitude of other things to do, of course, because it's me. But I haven't written since in 6 days, unless you count
it's been even longer for me, so don't even feel bad.
So today I'll probably spend some time maybe sorting out this Minecraft issue, but I am working on. I'm doing Vlogmas. I've never done Vlogmas before. I'm probably doing it totally wrong, but I'm participating and I'm in there, and I have a video going up in a half an hour.
Cool.
So
I have no idea what I'm doing for Vlogmas Day 6.
Right. I categorize them in chunks of 5.
I noticed, yeah.
Because that way, you kind of have a theme, and then so today is one of my favorite genres, since I thought I'd share a few of my favorite things.
Yeah.
So let's say hi to people in the audience. We have a Spence. Hello. We have a Jenny. We have a Kelly. We have an Andy. Hello. We have a Lee, and Wolverine apparently makes an appearance. Oh, yes, in the background of course. So yeah, we made it to December. Did not see that one coming.
I know, right? Oh my God. There was the year of March, and then July also lasted forever and a day. And then autumn went blip, and now we're in winter, and I didn't see it coming.
No. It feels like I've noticed the season's changing, but it doesn't feel like we're here yet. So my tree is no longer alive. I put it up earlier this week. I put it up on Tuesday, and it was in the background of a lot of Zooms and videos I was doing, and it was a present tree with garland, and I put my 3 tree bears in there, because bears belong in trees, and so I have 3 teddy bears in there, and nothing else. No ornaments, nothing.
I have mice in my tree.
Oh, cute.
They're going to be presents for my cat.
Perfect sense.
They're little mice dressed up like Vader and a stormtrooper. It's adorable.
I love it. Oh my God.
When I was going through the basement, I'm like, I know what Nobu's getting for Christmas. Oh yeah.
That's perfect. Oh, my mother is not putting up a tree this year, but when the tree goes up, her older puppy knows that the candy canes are made out of dog treats.
Oh, no.
And so I sent my mom some dog treats.
Okay.
Candy canes, so she has some, even though she's not doing the treat, because she gets them when she's out and she's not going out.
I would love candy canes this year, but like Greg never thinks of it, and I often look at the tree and go, I would totally be snatching a candy cane right now, but that didn't happen. So maybe I'll make a trip myself to the grocery store and see if they have candy canes still yet.
I hear that. Yeah, I have 6 glass ones that I put on there that I got at the dollar store or something.
Oh, wow.
Years and years ago. So I have that candy cane sensation, you know? So yeah. But yeah, it's got all my ornaments on it.
It is a very good tree. I have this like Charlie Brown shit with my old tree. Like, I got a hack from a dear friend where you're supposed to take like garland and like stuff it in the tree to make it look fuller.
Oh, did it help? I mean, it looks fine from here.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm glad it looks fine because
if you fill it enough, nobody can tell.
I hope. I need to go by like Michael's or something and get some more garland.
Yeah, my main garland is actually just a spool of ribbon that I just wind around it.
That's really smart.
Yeah, and then just a second, let me show you. I'm right here. I haven't gone anywhere. The desk takes so long to walk around. So I have these giant poinsettia things that just like clip onto branches.
That's amazing.
And they like fill in really well.
That's amazing.
So then my tree has like this golden red theme while I still have all my ornaments on it.
I used to do themes, and now my tree is, well, it's a Greg tree. It's a Gregmas tree, right? So it's mostly Star Wars stuff now.
Right. I'm not huge into themed trees because I like to have all my memories on the tree.
I usually do something like red and gold, or green and silver, or something like going on. But that was all thrown out the window when it stopped being a Yule tree and started being a Gregmas tree.
I hear that. We're what, a week away from Gregmas?
Don't tell me that.
Let's count.
A little over a week.
Yeah. So I need to get down your way. So we will schedule that when we get offline.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, pretty exciting. Do you think we should sprint and let people do things and stuff?
I don't know. Do you guys want to do a sprint?
Or do y'all just want to hang out?
Because it's Sunday, man.
It's been a long week.
I'm sitting here like looking at my goals, and I'm like, really? Like, really? It's Sunday. Come on.
Yeah. My main thing is I might script out a little bit for my next batch of Vlogmas videos.
Right on.
So I'm a scripter. I admit it. I totally scripted them.
Yeah, I know you did.
I also recorded 10 in one day with like costume changes.
That's really smart.
I felt like my sister at like a convention with 12 costume changes.
Costume changes.
So, a couple weeks ago, we mentioned me maybe commissioning a planner for my sister. How is your work schedule? If it's ridiculous, I don't need to, but it was just a thought.
If I am doing it digitally, it will take me no time at all. If I'm doing it by hand, it might be more. I also don't know what it is that she actually needs out of a bullet journal. I don't know if she wants like my project setups and date trackers and stuff like that, or if she something else. So if we can get details as to what she actually needs out of a
okay.
And I can actually tell you whether or not I can rock it out.
Sounds like I'll have to loop her in on it then. okay. If it's custom, it's custom, you know?
It's custom, it's custom. And I can make it pretty and, you know, involve stickers maybe at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be good. I am formatting Amber Craft's book.
Right.
So I'm just waiting for her to get back to me on the one chapter and the opening to the book that I sent her. Hopefully she likes what I've set up, and then I can continue to flow the rest of the book. But like right now it's like hurry up and wait, you know.
That's, I mean, so much.
Especially if the deadline is January. I'm like,
yeah.
It might take me a second.
You mean you can't do it overnight?
No. There are not enough hours in a day.
Just redefine what a day is and move on.
I have had a 130-hour day.
Oh my goodness, that's a nightmare.
Mostly my husband was snoring at the time.
Oh, I think I remember this.
And I hadn't realized that he had kept me up for 130 hours. And after that, I was just like, oh, I'm frozen. Am I back? I'm back. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you started suffering brain damage at like hour 50.
I think so. Yeah. I don't think I've made it past like 40 hours. Like I one night, but not more than that.
Don't do that. It's don't sleep that.
But I do know at about the like 24 hour mark is when I go from I'm really exhausted to as long as I don't stop, I can keep going.
Yep.
So it's a and then
you get a wind, and you as long as you keep going, as long
right.
as, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I'm pretty sure humanity was made to do that so we can keep going in case of emergencies or babies.
Yeah.
So, but I like my sleep fan. So, what do you think? Ears or no ears?
Ears.
Okay, we'll do ears today.
It's cute.
One of them, I don't know if you can see, is like tipped forward. Which, let's think about this. When Morgan is driving, she gets in and out of her car, and which ear hits first?
Which ear hits first?
When she's getting out. So yeah, it's just been bonked a few times. So yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Ugh.
I was watching your beta reading.
Yeah, they had me scheduled at 9 a.m. I don't get up that early for work.
Still yet, it's really great on the replay. Like,
yeah. I actually watched myself through on the replay and laughed at my own jokes again. So I'm not really sure what that says about me, but I wasn't cringing, so I'm happy.
No, there's no cringing. There's actually a lot of really good information that I wish I had known, like before I enlisted you, for instance. Like it was not kind of me the way that I came at you with my manuscript.
I thought it was perfectly fine.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have any problems with it.
I wish I had more like questions for you, and
well, I had my questionnaire in my head when I was doing yours.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with what I'm looking for, so I just assume other people are looking for what I like. Unless they tell me otherwise.
Yeah, I was just like developmental stuff, and you were like, okay.
I'm definitely trying to become a better developmental because line edits are obvious to, if you've got that kind of grammatical kind of brain, or like you read it aloud in your head and you're like, wait, there's a word missing, that kind of thing.
Sure.
But the big picture stuff can be really, really tricky.
It can be tricky, which is why when I hit like my draft zeros and my draft ones are like impossible.
Yeah.
But like no human is going to see those. But if I get to like a second draft, then I'm like, is my structure okay? Because if my structure is not okay, then this is when I implement those changes. Like,
right. Yeah. I'm, I'm a plantser. Occasionally, apparently, I like tiptoe my way into pantsing, which was horrible and terrible, and I hated every minute of it. But because I'm not a planner, though, I find outlining and doing a query letter after that 0th draft.
Oh, it is the best.
It brings out the themes and like what's happening, and so you can really focus and make sure that part and that emotional core is really built up. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Writing the synopsis, like before you even start the book, is a big help, and then doing it again after the first draft,
right,
is like I never write the first chapter first.
Oh wow!
For instance, I'll start with the second chapter, and then I'll go back after I write the whole book.
Right.
I'll go back and summarize the book in a much smaller scale.
Okay. I always start with, I think, chapter 0, which doesn't it sets up the story and the setting and the characters for me, but doesn't necessarily need to be in the book.
So it's like a prelude?
No, it's not a prelude. It's just, it happens before the story actually starts, so it usually gets cut in edits.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Because I like world building, and so I don't have an established world, and so it's me finding the voice and the pacing and the characters and the setting and getting all that meshed. So
no, that's a really great system.
Yeah, and I keep going to all these writing panels, and they say most beginner writers, start the story in the wrong place. They start it too soon, typically, unless they're trying to start in media res. And in media res, sometimes it's like, you need to back up a little. We need to know who these characters are before we compare what's happening.
Yeah.
So people take, you need to start with conflict a little too graphic. They want to start with a fight when really you just need to build the tension more sometimes, depending on the genre and the characters.
It's got to be tense, but it's got to be a different kind of tense, because you need to be able to ramp it up throughout the story, and you don't want to like just blow the wad in the first scene and then then everything else pales in comparison.
I really enjoyed my beta reading panel, but I should have done it through StreamYard because I couldn't share my video. I spent hours on those. They're great slides. I linked them, so hopefully
you linked them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They're not my color scheme, but they worked with the AuthorTube
color retreat stuff. Yeah.
Using, so
that's cool.
Tried to get some visual aids, even if people couldn't actually look at them during the panel.
Yeah.
I linked them, and then after the panel, I think it was Kelly was like, I need a password to log in. And I was like, you weren't following along. So, and then I was like, oh no, everyone with the link can see it. They don't need a password. Come on, work with me here, Google Docs. Work with me.
Yeah.
Shake my fist. So let's see. Jenny says they've been planning all day and is fine with sprinting or chilling, and votes for me to wear the ears as well. So really. Andy highly recommends looking for beta readers by rolling up the manuscript and say, here, read it. Oh, wait, no. Apparently that's the wrong way.
Yeah, okay.
Who knew? Learning is happening.
Call people over the head to read my book. I don't know that I do.
I haven't noticed any.
Okay. I didn't have to club you over the head because you'll read just about anything.
Oh yeah. I'm very backlogged right now, though. Unfortunately, I need to the online quarterly magazine that I slush read for tagged me today on like 12 different things, because that's what they do. Is we have a Facebook group, and so we have a different
like chunk
thread for each thing, and then we each say yes or no and vote. And so he just tags everybody in each of them. So when I get like 20 notifications, I'm like, oh yeah, it's that time of year again. It's time for me to open up that inbox. And
yeah.
And sometimes it's like, are any of these workable? And sometimes it's like, ooh, do we have enough space for this one?
Oh, cool. I've been disappointed by books so many times that I would be super afraid to do such things.
Let's read short stories and poems. Nothing over like 3,000.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
I have been hurt in the past, and like every time a book starts to I'm just like, nope. It starts out strong, and then it kind of starts to.
There's only a handful that I can say that the beginning promised so much more than the ending gave. Like
I've read a couple where it did that, but
I'm okay
for
with
instance, Lord of the Rings.
Okay. I never finished it. I got halfway through Two Towers and stopped. And I never went back. I was 12, so maybe that was part of it, but
probably
never made it through.
I was much younger when I read those books, and it kind of, I was not a fan when I read them.
Okay.
Like, I was a fan of The Hobbit.
Yeah. The Hobbit is easy to be a fan of.
When I was a kid, right? And we had the picture book for the Rankin Bass movie and all of that stuff. And
here it is. Oh, this is the one I have.
Oh, right on.
So
cool. Oh,
my dad gave it to me in 90. So I'm, not as young as I might like to be. Yeah. So I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous, and it's, fully comic booked.
Cool.
So
yeah, I would have eaten that up as a kid.
Oh, I can eat it up as an adult.
Yeah.
Ooh, we have a new watcher. Hello, Mindy. Has read Lord of the Rings at least 3 or 4 times. Can't remember all the details in the books, and read The Hobbit twice in a row. And is that a? I think I recognize that you might be a Lord of the Rings fan by your profile picture.
Excuse me.
Either that or an Elijah Wood fan,
Either that or an Elijah Wood fan. But it seems to be a Lord of the Rings fan, specifically. Bring back my fire. Thank you. Every once in a while, my PS4 is like, you're not paying attention. We're going to shut off now. And I'm like, but I have fire on the TV. 10-hour fire log things. Like,
right.
How come you shut off after 4 hours? I disapprove. It is Frodo. It is Frodo Baggins. Also, hi, Mindy. Woo.
Yay.
But I had to slog through Lord of the Rings, and the Silmarillion is basically like reading the Bible.
I've heard it's like the
this guy begat this guy begat this guy.
I heard it was all the footnotes put together.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That it wasn't actually a story, it was just a list of footnotes, basically.
It was all the world building, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
For those who were really interested in the world building of Lord of the Rings, they basically took all the notes and shoved them in a book, and felt like a textbook. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So Lydia likes both of our backgrounds. Well, it had to go next to the fireplace, and this is where my desk is. I wasn't purposely trying to like Christmasify my.
I wish I could put my tree next to my fireplace, which is this thing here, but that would result in a fire bigger than I would like in my living room. So
it just partially blocks my to read bookshelf because I've got that to read bookshelf back there.
Right on.
So, and I moved the guitar out of the way. That's you usually see hanging on the wall back there.
Do you play?
I have worked my way through the Intro to Guitar book twice. Does that count? No, I don't, but I try. Okay. And I've practiced twice since the pandemic started.
Oh.
And by practiced, I mean I tuned it and then played 3 songs in the intro book. And I'm horrible at like switching between chords.
Oh, yeah, that's like the first drill my dad taught me, was being able to switch chords. And then once I can switch chords, then he started to teach me more chords. He started to teach me finger pickings.
This teaches you different fingers. So you're just strumming different songs, like the notes rather than the chords. And then it adds in the chords after. So it was an interesting take, because that's not what most people say, how they say they learned. But
that is not how I learned. No.
Yeah, no. But as somebody who has I learned how to play trumpet, so this was a very familiar pattern to me for learning purposes, because you don't play chords on trumpets.
No, you don't.
You don't sing chords by yourself, you know? So I was used to the single note stuff.
Cool.
So yeah. I do have the 2 and the 3 song 3 chord songbook.
Excellent.
So you can like practice switching between 2 instead of more.
I took a portraiture class.
Right.
Like, I just wrapped it up today, and as my class assignment, I drew one of my friends who sent me a very complicated, like, the lighting was kind of drastic, but it was kind of, the lines weren't clear as to where the shadow was. And I kind of like tried my best with it without like tracing the photo, and she likes it, and she's an excellent portrait, illustrator herself. So I was like, can you critique me? And she's like, yes, I can critique you, but also I really like it. So those make me feel better when I'm like, what's wrong with it? And they're like, actually, I really like this.
Yay.
I'm like, good. Now back to that first part. Tell me whether or not it's not that it's bad or good. Just like, tell me how I can make it better.
Right. Because that's 2 very different things. And when you're trying to improve your art, it's shiny is not as helpful as one might hope.
I was like, yay, it's shiny, a lot when I was a teenager. But now that I'm older, like, I have a hard time appreciating my own work. And just this week, I've been working on pieces where I feel like I can put it in a portfolio. Like I'm actually pretty proud of a couple of pieces.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I feel like I'm growing again.
Nice. A friend of mine has a 13-year-old girl. And I remember when she was born, and when she was like 5 or so, she went with us to the rally to restore sanity, and she drew on her like sign to march with a Sonic. And so I've been watching her art progress from 5-year-old can barely hold a crayon up to now, and just watching the change year to year, every year. It's so significant difference. And that doesn't happen just because she is older. It's because she works at it. She really does, and you can tell.
Mm-hmm. And it does take discipline.
It does. It definitely does. And she's
but you gotta love to do it, and she apparently found her love for it.
Yeah. She does more anime girls now than Sonic the Hedgehogs, but
I went through that phase too.
I think we all do.
Absolutely. I think it's part of the journey. Anime girls. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of artists that started with Sonic and then went to anime girls and then
some people who started with Sonic and took Sonic to anime girls.
Yes.
I've seen that mashup.
I have seen that mashup as well.
So I talked to my sister, and she said with the baby and everything, she's not going to keep up with a planner. So it was a thought, though. She's going to get something she can put stickers in and then roll over and go back to sleep.
Okay.
So
I rented my house out for that March. That's when I lived in Vienna.
Okay.
And I was like 5 minutes from DC. It was like stupid. I was stupid close.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And so I just stayed here in Woodbridge, and I rented out my apartment to people who were going to the march.
Wow.
I did that for the inauguration as well.
Yeah. For the march, we had friends come up from Richmond, and they stayed at our place when we were in Woodbridge, and then we took the metro in. And that's when I learned I absolutely hate crowds of that size. And I hate not being able to leave when I want, because we had to wait like 45 minutes before there was a metro that wasn't too crowded for us to get on. And there was like a 40-minute wait to get on the first metro on the way in. And just, I'm never going to another march or rally again. I will send money for the cause and stay home.
Yes.
Because I
went to the women's march, and that was both invigorating and terrifying, because I am severely agoraphobic when it comes to crowds.
Okay. Yeah. I'm
a crowd that big, like shoulder to shoulder. And now even more so.
When I came down to see you in the first time I met you down in Georgia, and the power went out at St. Patrick's. Didn't I meet you down there? No, that was okay. Sorry. Anyway, I went down to Savannah. Power went out St. Patrick's Day weekend at like 9 p.m. and people had been drinking all day. And I was just terrified there were going to be riots, because they're drunk people and they can't buy more alcohol because all the power's out.
All the power's out. There's no power to their cash register.
And they're just buzzed and drunk and wandering the city.
Oh no.
Aimlessly. We got home, but oh my goodness, that was stressy. That was super stressy. Would not want to do that again. So yeah, crowds are my agoraphobia, or like, yeah.
I go into battle mode, which is no bueno. That's one of the reasons why I don't carry a knife anymore.
The only time I've ever had like a true honest panic attack was waiting for a friend to meet up with me in the merchant hall at Dragon Con, where I'm standing there and it's such narrow aisles and they go up so tall, and the press of people is just not continually going past me. And it was rough. And my friend finally met up with me, and I'm like, we have to leave now. I'm sorry you just got through the line, but I have to get outside.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's get cheerier and go back over to the comments.
All right.
Andy needs to get going on his photography again, and was at the Daily Show rally too. So that's awesome. Al thinks my house looks like a Christmas show house. It
kind of does.
The rest of it.
It's like Better Homes and Garden. Like if they did a.
You don't see like the dirty dishes on that desk. And Kelly said that watching someone get better at art is amazing and a perfect example of practice makes perfect. Yeah.
That's one of the benefits of doing a webcomic.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching my first page and my last page.
Oh, yeah. One of the artists whose webcomics I've watched grow the most from when they started with questionable content.
Absolutely, I agree.
His art at the beginning.
It was not terrible.
No.
It was not terrible.
I read it.
Watching him refine his style as the years went by.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
One of the ones where the art is not the reason I read it. I like the cute story, whose art has gone from, I'm pretty sure I could do that, to that's not half bad, is Selkie comic.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like amazing stuff, but it's a story about a guy who was adopted as a kid and he grew up and he goes to the orphanage and adopts the kid who looks like a freak who is actually a Selkie. So yeah.
Sounds like something you would like. Yeah.
Exactly. It's right up my alley. Yeah. So Al kept gushing about my living room. Andy said when they were at the march, they went down to Union Station Metro to get past the crowds. And they had to talk with some people who had the Build More Pylons posters. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
So, and also, thank you for the joke. Yes, it was indeed the night the lights went out in Georgia. Let's see.
Hi, Al.
Al is doing some homework now and is going to have 2 certificates and a job interview. Yes. 2 thumbs up for that one. I give you 3, but my toe looks weird as a thumbs up. So Kelly says, normally wait for the crowds to disperse in certain settings. Yes.
In certain settings, I will just wait.
And your blood sugar's not doing great. It's time to go home, So.
But like DC sort of traffic?
No.
Especially in the city or leaving the city?
My dad is devastated that I'm not a huge marcher. My dad,
that does not surprise me.
I have a half sister named Sunshine. His first honeymoon was the Chicago riots.
Yeah.
He goes to the socialist organizer meetings. My dad is I love him dearly, but he likes to go to marches and feels, like he's doing his part when he's there and stuff and things.
There are lots of causes that I feel like I could pick up because I have such a fascination with them.
Right.
But I just can't do the crowds.
Nope.
And even then, I don't suspect there are a lot of protesters for the kind of causes I would pick up. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. It can be
like
rough.
Make Africa a better place, like child soldiers and warmongers and all dictators and all of that jazz. I'm like,
There's the micro loans and there's Tougher International, which I do, and so yeah. CB is here. Hello and welcome. We're just hanging out because it's not NaNoWriMo and I don't have a deadline. I did actually finish my NaNoWriMo. I did that on the stream last week. So for anybody who wasn't here.
For that last minute.
Day before the last minute, I hit that 50K. And I wanted to hit that 1667 every day. So I went ahead and finished out. And I ended up at like 53K, I think. The story is like a hot mess. There's at least 3 scenes that need deleting, several that need moving around, and it's only halfway done. So in January, I'll come back and do some more writing on that story. But it's December. I don't write in December.
I tend not to either, but I really should. I should be finishing a book right now, but
I have no external obligations. All of my deadlines are internal, so
that is a big part of it.
Yeah.
But because I made this 5-year plan and I gave myself a month to work on each step of the process.
Yeah.
And I'm just not adhering to it already. Like,
you want to know what the biggest part of my 2020 plan that I've failed to do? Take a month off in between stuff. Because in 2019, I'm like, I didn't finish things. And so I would just keep working on it until it was done. And so I never had months off from heavy focus on project. And what have I done again? Replaced both months with helping people out with conventions.
Yeah.
Which is
you did.
Not the same thing. So
you totally did that.
So, but I'm good at it.
Maybe the con season is over now?
I think so. I did help out with 3 hours over Thanksgiving weekend as a Zoom host, but I did none of the training, none of the prep. I was just like, oh, you still have like 8 slots you need a Zoom host for?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can fill in a couple. And I checked with my mom and I was like, I'm visiting you. You are my priority. And mom said, the WoW expansion dropped on Monday and I need to be ready to raid by Sunday. So I signed up for 3 after like 8 p.m. and she was done for the day by then anyway. So yeah.
Aww, Kelly.
Kelly likes to write with people hanging out. So that's cool.
That's cool.
CV is, of course, watching Avengers Age of Ultron and is still trying to wrap her mind around it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's research.
It is. For what? For
CB.
For CB, it is definitely research.
For those who are joining us for the first time, CB writes Iron Man fanfic. Or specifically pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
So. Well, let's actually do a sprint.
Okay. Let's do that.
So, we're not writing, so I'm going to do a little 20-minute sprint, and I might even draft up some stuff for my Vlogmas. So
maybe I'll figure out what the frick I'm doing for Vlogmas.
Hey, I'm doing, these are a few of my favorite genres. It seems Vlogmasy. And writery at the same time. Our new visitor, Mindy, is a Lord of the Rings fanfic. So don't compare notes. So, okay, let's go ahead and do this.
Okay.
That's not what I meant to do. Oh, right. I have to share the screen and then click the screen share view. So let's see, share audio. I'm remembering. Okay, there we go. Are we ready? In 3, 2, 1. Whatever you friggin' feel like. And we're back. So how was your sprint?
I think I figured out what I'm going to do for today's Vlogmas video, which is an old tag by Sarah Schwarnweber.
Okay.
From like years and years ago.
So wait, what's the tag?
It's the real life tag.
Okay.
Yeah, which is like get to know this person outside of authordom.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Cool.
So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of the holiday ones in previous Vlogmases, so
right.
I'm like really reaching out there for this.
Gotcha. Well, M. Ward is here and saying hello from the land of baby goaties. Oh, you like your baby goats early in the season. My friends who raise goats aim for theirs to be born about March.
Yeah.
Lydia managed to edit half a chapter. Nice. I worked on setting up this Minecraft server again for my niece because I had to update the server and I can't even log in to see what it looks like. And then you saw me playing on my phone, actually trying to log in and set up the CVS app so I can get my meds delivered, which I've been putting off for like all quarantine. But my meds will next be up for renewal on December 23rd, 22nd. And my CVS is the one inside the Target. So the odds of me wanting to expose myself to the madness of Target that close to Christmas during a pandemic, pretty slim. So
yeah. That's a really good point. Because my pharmacy is the one at Wegmans.
Sure.
Hold on. What's up?
I'm just waiting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so looks like I'm playing on my phone, actually finally adulting after 9 months, right? So let's see. Lee got 209 words, and Andy said his wife had to do something similar with the nephew's server and he managed to do some more editing. That's awesome. Yeah, my problem, I guess, is that I have a Mojang account instead of a Microsoft account because I wasn't going to give them more money for the game. And I thought that was ridiculous. And now they're converting everybody to Microsoft accounts, but they won't let me, and it's calling my account invalid. So when I say send, I forgot my password, apparently, even though I've never changed it, it's not giving me a login with forgotten password option. Like, I'm never getting that email. Yup. So, I mean, I've had this, I've been playing for, decade. So. Yeah. I mean, I've been playing with my niece since April, but, still. So I'm going to see if she can get on the world, I think, maybe. I don't know. It's frustrating. But, I mean, I like that it's something I can do with my niece that's fun. And she likes me playing with her on occasion instead of her friends because I'm her aunt. So if she says, hey, can I have all your emeralds so I can buy a pet fish? I say, sure. Where her friends might have more opinions about where their emeralds collection should go.
Let's see.
So.
Let's see. Hi again, Spence.
Spence made it back. Yay. Hello. Oh, goodness. Oh, I like your umbrella lights. Wait, no, they're not umbrella. Dangly. Icicle, those.
It's icicle. Yeah. Those guys. This is my third year.
Yeah.
I've used these.
Okay.
These particular lights in this particular place. They've been very good at not dying.
Nice. I got some really, really cheap dangly icicle lights for the front of my house last year, and they did not last the season. and I was very underwhelmed with them. Although they're on my back fence now and, mostly okay, but not awesome. And so I read up on, and I was like, ooh, these are, in the top rated without bells and whistles I don't need at a reasonable price. And I ordered them and I put them on my house, I think before the week before Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And I was bragging on them. I'm like, they're up, they work, they look lovely. And I did not plug them in because it was before Thanksgiving. And I'm strict about that. I'll put them up, but I won't plug them in before Thanksgiving. But as soon as Santa crosses the parade bandstand, it's officially the holiday season. That's how I was raised. That's how I roll.
I gotcha.
So you can do you, but that's how I'm doing it. And I got home after Thanksgiving and my lights didn't go on. I was like, I didn't even get one night of enjoyment out of this. What is going on?
Is it the wiring of your house?
No, it is in fact the corner of my house where it wraps around the gutter, sliced clean through the wire.
Whoa.
So the boyfriend helped me and we went to the hardware store and we got a crimper stripper, which...
Oh, you repaired them.
We fixed them and they are working and they look lovely.
By God.
They were my new lights that I researched and were supposed to be decent quality, and they have 8 modes and a built-in timer and all these,
Oh, I'd be bells and whistles, man. Yeah, I'd be mad too.
Jeez. Yeah. So we got them fixed, and the crimper part is, how you put electrical caps on wiring stuff?
Yeah.
Well, these are more like a sleeve sort of thing, so you got to crimp them on both sides so they don't move and slide.
Mm-hmm.
We did that on each of the 4 wires that we had to figure out. We labeled them A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and which one makes both sides of the strand light up the same way.
That's hilarious.
It ended up being 1A, B2, 3D, and 4C. Just of our random numbering.
I see.
I was amused, but yeah. So we got them.
I like docking in code.
Right? We stripped the wires, we crimped the wires, and then wrapped each of them in electrical tape, and then the whole bundle together in electrical tape, and made sure when we run around that corner where the gutter cap is, it goes over that part instead of against it.
Yeah.
So they are working and they are lovely, and I'm no longer trying to cry because my lights that I was good and responsible and got them up early and didn't plug in early, and they're working. I was very, very distraught. It was a little ridiculous.
So normally I would be putting, if it were up to me, I would be putting up decorations tonight.
Right.
Like I'm a, Krampusnacht, St. Nicholas Day kind of gal.
It's 12/6.
And this year is different because I think 2020.
Do it when you feel like it.
My neighbors, before Thanksgiving, my neighbors put up like a reindeer and sleigh and light up and all the twinkling and stuff like that. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Fuck 2020. Bring all the joy you got. No. I have no room in my heart for hate right now. Like I'm just like, you know what? Bring it. I need it. I need this. I need this.
Yeah, I hear it. No judgment about anybody else. I just, have my timeline.
I'm just hoping that I'm not burnt out by the time Christmas actually rolls around.
There is one song I normally like that is right out this year.
Oh, yeah?
I'll Be Home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. It's a little too on the nose this year. So I'm like, next when it comes around,
Yeah. I haven't been listening much to Christmas music yet, but that might change this week.
I hear that. I had a roommate years ago, you know him, but who gave me a Christmas mix CD back when we were roommates, and I lost it when I moved here. I could not find it. In the middle of like March or something, on that bookcase right behind me, it was in a magazine holder with some various odds and ends that had never gotten put away.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I actually spent my drive today listening to it, both to the boys and back again, and it filled the time. And I think it was like one song short for the drive, which was awesome. And it's just, it's mixed from like, what, 12 years ago? So, yeah, because I was like, I lost it, and I can't remember all the songs. And he's like, I don't remember what I put on your thing like that long ago. So yeah, I was really excited that I found it again. So I'm listening to a mixtape from an ex-roommate. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Right. It's got, some Muppets on it. It's got some Elvin. It's got Nightwish. It's got classic. It's got jazzy acapella Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's all over this place.
Holiday in Cambodia.
None of that. So let's see. Kelly in the comments said, I won't tell you what we've been saying about you while you're away. She can read up through the comments, Kelly, So, and Andy says Minecraft is a family occasion for his wife. Her sister sometimes joins in as well, and they go riding magma critters in the Nether. My niece taught me how to ride the magma critters. Her dad also plays with her, but I have the Java edition, and he's got a different edition, and he didn't want to join my edition, so it's just me and the niece on my server. I got my mom to join once, and you'd think for a WoW player it would not be so hard to teach her how to like navigate on Minecraft, but it is not as intuitive for her as one might hope. So yeah. Mostly I told her, hey, we set up camp at this XY coordinate, and she ran 10 minutes in the wrong direction. I'm like, that's what do the numbers say? No, that's wrong. Go the other direction.
The numbers are going the opposite direction. You need to
so it took like 45 minutes to get her like to the plains near where we'd set up our house, and I think she logged in like once since then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Ginny likes playing Minecraft with the hubby. It's like Legos with monsters. Yep. So I enjoy it. I've, played with, my partner before plenty of times, but I usually self-host. So I have been on a server once or twice, but not very often. Have you played Sokka?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The one game that has not appealed to me in any way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if people enjoy it, then, and kids really take to it, so I'm right there beside them, cheering them on.
Yep, I hear that. So I splurged and got myself an Oculus for Christmas.
Holy crap.
It was supposed to come in on like the 17th. And I was at the boyfriend's house, and my sister was like, hey, what was that link for that pair of maternity pants you bought me? I want another pair. And I log into my Amazon to check it, and I see it's been delivered, the Oculus, at my house, sitting on my front stoop, $300 or whatever sitting on my front stoop.
Fuck.
I'm like, I would love to stay for dinner, but we've got to make a run to my house before we can eat.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving that on my front stoop. I mean, I live in a great neighborhood. I have accidentally left my garage door open, and everything was fine when I got back. I have accidentally left my front door unlocked, but it's the holiday season, and it's a package sitting on my stoop overnight. Not going to risk that one. So I set it up last night. I got it all charged. and I tested it out, and I went through the intro like calibration thing, and then I was like, okay, that's enough for one day. Well, it was digging into my forehead, and for it to be visually lined up right, it's got to be higher on my head than is necessarily comfortable. So if I like tilt my head back, I feel like it's going to fling off. So I might need to tighten some straps and things and stuff. But so plus they say ease yourself into it. Don't do it like, 3 hours right off the bat. They say do 30 minutes and take a break and work your way up to that 30 minutes. Plus, he has satellite internet, so I didn't want to download any games on his internet. So yeah, super exciting. If Minecraft can't let me play, I know what I'm doing for at least 20 minutes today.
I might break out my DS.
Yeah.
Damn.
I own 2 other game systems. I own a Wii, and I own a classic Nintendo NES.
Behind this chair is a bin that is full of Sega Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put it somewhere in this
right.
neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I would love to hook it up and play it like I used to.
Right. Mindy says they love how it jumped. How open the Lord of the Rings online game is. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that for a while. I can't remember why I dropped off. Maybe my computer died and it was too much hassle to get it reset up or whatever. But yeah, Andy is off for dinner. Go and enjoy. I hope it's delicious. So yeah. But my Nintendo came from Santa, and it was not the off-the-shelf version. It did not come with Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers. It came with Tetris and Millipede. And I, of course, have Gauntlet and Bubble Bobble and Dragon Warrior 4 and Jeopardy and
nice
a few other games. I think I have 2 copies of Gauntlet.
That's also awesome.
Yeah. You should come over and play sometime. Did you come to my Not Maticon hosted? Yeah. So I had it up for that. I got a new power cord for it then, but everything else was fine. Just because the AC adapter had gone into the box where AC adapters are eternally blessed. Who knows where it ended up? So, Spence is off to make dinner. Can I have some? I promise I'll clean up. So,
yeah.
Oh, I like your sweater. Where'd you get it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I really don't. I've had it for years.
Right. Well, you're married to the right person to truly appreciate it.
I'm sure he has one similar to this. It's just like a different design.
Yeah. So Kelly says, oh yeah, you're hardcore if you played the Sega Genesis.
The games are right over there. I could totally like bring them over and be like, these are the games that I have. I'll grab them real quick.
Yup. So, yay, we get to keep Spence. At least for a little bit. Yup. Naps, high priority. Totally right there with you. So, Sako, earlier this week, I was talking about how I feel like a first grader whenever I'm on Zoom. I'm like, ooh, I have the thing. Let me show it to you. I consider every Zoom meeting a show and tell.
A show and tell
opportunity.
I've got Art of Fighting. I've got New Mutants. I've got X-Men, Vector Man, Jurassic Park, Eternal Champions. Man, that brings back memories. Mortal Kombat 3, Flashback. Oh, Flashback. That is a timeless game. Mortal Kombat 2, X-Men 2, Lion King. Where did I get The Little Mermaid? I don't think I ever made it very far in that. Street Fighter 2 and Weapon Lord. Where did I get Ariel the Little Mermaid? Lion King is easily one of the best games like ever made.
Really?
For a side scroller, for like a
Okay,
yeah, it is. This little guy is probably my favorite game from when we were kids.
Oh wow. My favorite was probably Dragon Warrior 4, and I have laminated copies of the maps and the dungeon maps because my mom and I played it so much that it was starting to wear at the fold up corners. So my mom was a high school librarian, took it to work, got it laminated.
I think there's
her poster laminator.
I have a couple of Sonic the Hedgehog games, but they're not in here for some reason. In my old cookie box.
Right.
Just happens to fit them perfectly.
Yeah.
Rocket Knight. I do not know what Rocket Knight is. But I played a lot of games on the Commodore 64. Like, a lot of games.
Gotcha.
And then my mom threw away the Commodore 64. She left it outside and it rained.
Why was it outside?
Because she was throwing it away.
Why was she throwing it away? I'm sorry. Your mom is wrong. I'm sorry.
I would have taken it. I was a teenager at the time, and so the 90s, and you still have the Commodore 64 128. Like, I get it, but I was still like, no, all those discs. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, no, all those games.
I just my childhood summers were mom saying, "Hey, could you turn off the AC on your way outside? Y'all need to go out and play," while she turned on the Nintendo. And then we'd come in from playing and she's like, "Oh, it's been 2 hours, it needs to rest."
Oh,
and cool down.
And
then falling asleep to the sound of like Zelda music drifting down the hall.
Oh,
I played, but my sister never thought to ask. She's like, "Why don't I ever get a chance?" I'm like, "You never ask." And I would be like, "Hey, can I play?" And mom would say yes.
Yeah.
So, she just never asked. And then because it was a thing she never remembered to ask to play, when she was trying to play, she was so far behind us, mom and I were trying to coach her through it, and she hated that. As people are wont to do. Nobody likes being coached through a game.
There are times where I value it.
Yeah.
And there are times where I'm like, please let me enjoy this game.
Exactly. Exactly.
I will figure out the puzzle on my own. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's why my sister's not as much of a gamer as most of her household and the rest of us. Spence says Mr. Spence is feeling really called out by this conversation. So much Sega love, so little Nintendo love.
Well, I was not a Nintendo kid. I was a Commodore straight to Sega Genesis. Like,
that was the only system I had from when I was little until probably 2008, 2010.
The
only system I ever had.
I kept the original Genesis, but it didn't work anymore.
That's rough. So
I'm curious about the newer one that I have in there, but like, I'm not confident that it will actually boot.
Spence says that their grandmother had the Sega Genesis, and when we killed that, she got an N64, and I still love those things.
N64 was awesome.
See, all the love for N64. There's the classic NES. Okay. And Mindy said, I played a lot of Nintendo games growing up. Thank you. Somebody's on the Nintendo side.
Most of the games that were on Nintendo that I wanted to play eventually came out for Sega anyway. So
most of our games were hand-me-downs from my uncle who, lived with my grandma and had very few expenses, so bought all his toys that he wanted.
I know I have Earthworm Jim. I know I have the Sonic stuff. I'm just like, why aren't they here? They might be actually in the system. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, Kelly jumped ship and traded his Genesis for an SNES. Oh, yeah.
I judge not. You know what?
Yeah.
If you like it better, then because the games came out for Nintendo first, and then they would eventually port it over to Sega.
That required me paying more attention to what was coming out where than I did at that age.
Yeah,
So.
I was really like super big on X-Men and the X-Men games and stuff like that. So I was just like,
I didn't know that there was an X-Men game.
There's a 1 and a 2.
See?
And they're phenomenal games. They're hard. They're really hard. You get to like 5th level and it's just super hard.
Kelly's given a shout out to Earthworm Jim.
That was a cool game.
I've heard great things. I've seen PC simulators of it, I think.
Earthworm Jim is a good game.
So, yeah.
It's really cute. It's really cute. The animations are really good.
Yeah. So.
Especially for like a 32-bit machine. Like, it was a heavy-duty game for a 32-bit machine.
Yeah, yeah. I can't turn on prescription management because it says my account already exists.
How does that mean?
I guess I had it set up on another device. I don't even know what's going on here. It's very silly.
I don't even know. Toe Jam and Earl. Toe Jam and Earl was also another good series.
Yeah. Okay.
And the second one was better than the first.
Yeah. Okay.
I like the nostalgia. Aww.
Yeah.
Such games in their childhood.
Right? Wish me luck.
All right, good luck.
I just want to update my address. Well, let's start there as like a starting point.
Oh, that's cool. Can you save on the PS4 versions? Is it like using a Game Genie? Because if you can, then I will just pay whatever $20 or $40 or whatever for the Sega collection on the PS4 and just call it. Throw this stuff away. Mr. Spence bought me the entire stuff. Yes. Came across Final Fantasy and found it a more appealing RPG than Phantasy Star. Yep. I followed Final Fantasy on PlayStation. Yep. All the smiles. All the smiles. Do not throw them away. I should keep it for like posterity.
Or you can.
Because it's not like I'm playing them. And
you can sell them for bank to somebody who,
Can I though?
Probably.
Some of these are trash, like Vector Man and Eternal Champions, like total trash.
Mr. Spence almost lost it too. It wasn't just, yeah.
I also have Altered Beasts as well. I think they're in the boxes.
Oh wow, nice.
I think that's why they're not in here. Is my favorite games. I think I kept in the boxes.
Nice.
Gave Mr. Spence a fit when you sent them away. But sell them to who? Like, just the internet as a whole?
I mean, there are communities for fans of these games. Or you could try eBay or, Facebook. Although I would try eBay over Facebook because Marketplace is usually local rather than people looking for these things. Especially with the holidays coming up, people get nostalgic and try and get their toys from their childhood. This is the time of year if you want to make bank on them. Pay for Christmas. Or Yule, or whatever you're celebrating.
Christmas, yeah.
All the holidays.
I'm worried that Greg's Christmas present isn't going to show up on time.
Oh no!
It's coming from China, so...
Okay. Well, I will make some fudge and get down your way next week.
Okay.
So at least he'll have some sort of treat. So
yeah.
December birthdays suck. Although, have you heard my counter to people saying how horrible December birthdays are, how they get all their stuff mixed in with their Christmas?
I wager that May is worse because there are no presents involved.
I am a Labor Day weekend baby. So I get back to school clothes for my birthday. For my 18th, I got a graphing calculator as a here you're going off to college gift.
Oh, that's kind of fucked, I have to admit.
So I'm just saying.
Because everybody was busy in May. Like, like with cons and with Mother's Day and with...
and people are usually taking that just before going back to school vacation, so nobody's in town.
Nobody's...
So, no. Spence is like, list that on eBay. Does Mr. Spence want first dibs? Or are any of those things...
I know, right? Does Mr. Spence want dibs? I can send you a picture of each of these things. And
so you can check out the...
there's a couple that I might keep, like X-Men. X-Men and Flashback.
Right.
Those guys I gotta keep. I would hook up my Genesis just for X-Men.
Nice.
I would do that.
So do we want to do maybe like a 15-minute sprint and wrap?
Yeah. Let's do that.
So, okay. There we go. I need to get a cuter timer, but I like the chime so much. You know?
I use a cat purring as the alarm on my timer.
Yeah. Like I have struggled to find chimes that I like for an end. I'm just picky. It's a thing. So anyway, we're gonna sprint, bake cookies, take a nap, whatever you feel like. It's December. We're done with Nano. In 3, 2, 1, mosey. No bams, just mosey. And we're back. Hello. So that was, I fought with CVS. I think I'm going to have to call them. And I wrote 12 whole words for my next Vlogmas post. So, very productive, clearly. How was your Sprint, people? Did y'all do anything?
Yeah. The boy
How's
is good.
The boy? So how was your sprint?
My sprint was productive. That kind of got me in the mood to finally put my Sega stuff in the Sega drawer. And I now have like a little basket that I can put all my productivity shit in.
Yay.
That I use every day, so it doesn't look like such a fucking mess all the time.
I saw someone shared a unhealthy coping mechanisms by sign, and I'm a Virgo, and they said cleaning, and I was like, yes, clutter makes me feel stressed, and if I'm already stressed from other things, that's at least something I can do something about. So I don't know how unhealthy of a coping mechanism it is. So let's see. Jenny made a salad and started talking to the hubby who came home. Lee got 382 words. That is quite respectable. And Sarah popped by to say hi.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, I'm going to do your tag, your real life tag thing. I'm gonna do that thing.
I'm horrible with tags. I should do tags. I think I've done 2 ever.
I will officially tag you.
I mean, I talk about my real life all the time.
That is true. I think we get a pretty honest version of you.
I filter things. I share things that, I'm comfortable being public, because people's lives are not, just out here for me to talk about. And,
right.
Morgan might be public, but they aren't. So, but I think I follow that line. And
I tried to. I tried to.
Sarah finished her thing for the day and forgot that tags exist. And it's the worst. Kelly managed to find a stopping point with this chapter, trying to decide if he's going to keep going or scene break.
Nice. Super nice.
Yeah. For me, it's if the scene is flowing, I'll keep going with it, and I can always cut it in edits. If it's not flowing, it might be time for a new scene. Just depends how stubborn it is.
Just depends how stubborn it is. I have misplaced one of my gold watercolors.
No.
I don't know what I did with it.
Did the cat help?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's a little big for a cat toy.
Okay.
The little one, this one, I can totally see.
Right.
Like the cat making a toy out of this.
Right.
Which Spence recommended to me, by the way.
Ooh.
Because she had gold watercolor on her artwork, and I was like, how? Did you use gold foil? And she's like, no, I used gold paint. Here.
Schmancy.
And I was like, give me all the things.
Right.
I ordered a lot of stuff from Blick, and apparently the 13 by 19 is discontinued. So I think I'm just going to try and ask for a refund, because I don't think they're 13 by 19 block paper though. Like, that'd be amazing. I could make posters.
Weird.
Like,
yeah,
it would be so awesome to have 13 by 19 block paper, but apparently it's been discontinued. So
that's super lame.
Such is the life.
Sorry, I'm trying to get away from using the word lame. That super stinks. There we go.
Because lame could be taken, misconstrued.
Just trying to be considerate of people with disabilities.
Oh, yeah,
so,
that makes sense.
Trying to be better about it. I'm not great, but some days I do better than others.
I feel you.
So,
yeah.
Is it nap time?
Yes.
Oh, I think it's stretch time no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely stretch time.
I've been accused of being part owl.
A part owl? I've just been part owl today.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I've had this headache, like this cluster headache, just waiting to happen.
Ooh, those are the worst. Is it like sinuses? Is it tension? Is it
tension? Mm-hmm. It's just tension.
Heating pad on shoulders?
That would be nice if I had a heating pad.
You don't have a heating pad?
Mm-hmm.
Put this on your Christmas wish list. Kid you not. It's got a magnet, so it stays up on your shoulders and it heats the neck, and because for me, that's where I hold my tension. It's not lower back for me, it's upper shoulders and stuff. And it just goes whoop, like a little cape.
That is cool.
And then it magnets in the front. And so the heat is where I need it.
I have, really my mom has, but she never uses.
Right.
This like massage thing that you put over your shoulders. Yeah. So it shiatsus your shoulders and then and you can like move it all over your back and stuff and as needed. And it's got heat in it.
Oh, nice.
So I can kind of like
double
up.
You can always just put rice in a sock, stitch up one end and microwave it.
I hear legend, but my rice is expensive and I'd rather not use my rice on that.
Yeah, no. Beans? Do you have any beans? I think beans can work too.
Yeah, beans work.
Get something cheap. Get something cheap. So, oh my goodness. The writer life is rough. It's rough on the shoulders.
It is. And the artist life. And the all the lives. All the lives.
All the desky lives.
That's why I have a posture check on my Nightbot. Like 15 minutes in, it's like posture check, and I'm like, if nothing else, it does help me stretch out my back when I've been hunched over for hours.
Too long. Yeah, I'm like, you notice I haven't used my standing desk standing at all today?
No.
Nope.
Not even.
I also haven't been at my desk very long today, so.
Well, it is a Sunday.
Exactly.
A very chill Sunday at that.
Yup. Well, we are at 6:30. It might be time for dinner. Maybe some really, really cheesy holiday movie.
That sounds awesome.
Are there any new time loop holiday movies?
Not that I know of.
Okay. I enjoy it. Well, that's one of my later Vlogmas ones is talking about my favorite genres, the holiday stuff.
For holiday stuff.
Yeah. So, well, did you want to give your outro?
I can do that. Okay. Howdy, Howlers. I'm Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Voight. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. So if you are looking to market yourself as an author, or you are looking to be a witchy or witch, please drop by my channel. I would love to see you.
And I'm Morgan Hazelwood. I am a unpublished fantasy writer, and I blog and vlog and podcast writing tips and writerly musings. You can find me at Morgan Hazelwood blogging. You can find the vlog at youtube.com/Morgan Hazelwood. You can find the podcast at morganhazelwood.fireside.fm and everywhere, because I have a social media addiction, as Morgan Hazelwood, except Twitter, where Morgan Hazelwood. So thank you all for coming. I'll be back again next week with a pretty chillax, maybe chocolate fueled sprint day. So bye-bye.